You know, we are seeing more fallout from the storm. The largest power cooperative in Texas has filed for bankruptcy. But will a price hike be passed on to consumers? Our Jason Wheeler joins us with that Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. What does that mean, Jason?
Well, they're saying that it means that this will actually protect their customers, so they did it in part for that reason. This, as you say, is the largest. It's also the oldest power cooperative in Texas. According to our news partners at the Texas Tribune, Waco-based Brazos Electric says that just weeks ago, it would have been unfathomable, that was their word, unfathomable, that they would be filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The move, though, came after the cooperative got a disputed $1.8 billion bill from the state's electric grid provider, ERCOT. This happened, of course, after the huge power failure that happened last month. So Brazos is the wholesale energy provider that covers the Panhandle down to Houston and parts of North Texas as well. So it covers a lot of territory. It has more than 1.5 million customers in this state as well. Many of them, no doubt, watching things closely here. In court documents, the company says it was financially robust and stable prior to the severe cold weather that hit Texas. That storm, at its worst point, left more than 4 million Texas customers in the dark and in the bitter cold for days. The company says it is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection to protect itself, its member cooperatives, and consumers from receiving massive bills because of what it owes. Now, many of you might be wondering what happens next here. Well, Brazos says it's going to continue to supply power to members as it restructures the cooperative while under bankruptcy protection. It's also worth noting that the Texas Attorney General is suing electric provider Griddy for passing along exorbitant electric bills to customers during our winter storm as well. And I think the question going forward, Izzy, are these going to be the only two companies that we're hearing things out of? Will there be other shoes to drop as these companies deal with just an unprecedented situation and massive bills of their own? We've heard about the consumer bills. It's hitting some of these companies as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine it will just be restricted to these two companies. Jason, thanks for all of that. And